Welcome to Marvel Crisis Protocol Crusades number 2. This will be the X-Force versus the Spider-Foes. Today's battle should be an epic one. Now, before we start, as always, if you could hit that button for the subscribe and for the like, that helps tremendously. Remember, I am not monetized in any way, shape, or form, so this helps keep me motivated to keep producing this content for everyone. Thank you so much and enjoy the battle. Now today we have the X-Force. Without Cable, we have Bob, Agent of Hydra, Wolverine, Deadpool, Sabretooth, and Venom. And facing off against them today, we have Spider-Foes, who do have their leader in Green Goblin, featuring Dr. Octopus, the Winter Soldier, Baron Zemo, Venom, and of course the Green Goblin leading the show and calling the shots. Today's battle features Infinity Formula goes missing, and Skrulls infiltrate the world leadership. We will have 4 canister tokens and 3 civilians, with one of them being an actual Skrull agent. For the X-Force, we are featuring chimichangas, field dressing, exceptional healing, Weapon X program, and 1-2 punch. And for the Spider-Foes, we have mission objective, no matter the cost, lethal protector, tactical analysis, and patch up. With all that out of the way, let's take a look at the board. We have the Spider-Foes on the right and the X-Force on the left, and we are ready to get started. Alright, first up is going to be Venom. He is going to move and then move again. He will spend 1 power to interact with the civilian token, and he will roll, and unfortunately he does not succeed. This is a decoy. Next up, we're going to do Wolverine. He's going to do much the same. He's going to move twice, and then he's going to spend the power to check the civilian token. It is also a decoy. Next, Dr. Octopus is going to activate. He's going to move twice and then attempt to reveal the Skrull amongst the decoys. Unfortunately, not this time either. Next up is Venom, and he is going to move twice and attempt to find the Skrull agent hidden amongst the decoys. Venom is unable to find the agent. Next up is Bob, Agent of Hydra. He is also going to move twice and then attempt to activate the Skrull agent. Although this time, Bob is successful. He takes the Skrull agent token. Green Goblin will activate and he will move twice. Up we have the Merc with the Mouth Deadpool. His first activation is going to be a move. His second activation is going to be to use the Bang attack against Venom. He is within range. Venom rolls his defense and is successful 1 time on a wild. Deadpool rolls his Bang attack and is successful 3 times with a critical. Rerolling for the extra exploding critical, he is successful a total of 4 times. Venom's defense reduces 1 of them for a total of 3 damage to Venom. Next up is Baron Zemo, and he is going to move to get him within range of the canister, and then he is going to pass. Next up is Sabretooth. He is going to activate, first choosing to move, then choosing to move again to get within range of the canister. Next up is going to be the Winter Soldier, moving from out behind his building. He'll position himself by the canister and then take aim and fire at Sabretooth using the assault rifle. He rolls his assault rifle. He is successful 3 times. Sabretooth will roll his defense He is successful a total of 2 times, taking 1 damage. Alright, quick correction addition. Deadpool did use the chimichanga power, we just didn't get it on film, so I put the token there so we could see it. We also made another mistake in this game. We thought the scroll token was only worth 1 victory point. It's actually worth 2. So that's going to change the outcome a little bit, but not much. Right now that means that the Spider Foes have 2 points and the X-Force have 3 points, but they should have 4 points. Next up, Bob, Agent of Hydra, is going to take his scroll token and get out of town. So he's going to make his first move climbing up the building, and his second move climbing back down off the building. Next up is Venom, who will first use the superpower web snare. He's just within range and pulls Bob medium towards him. There's just enough room between the light post and the dumpster to perform that. After that, he will use symbiote tendrils aiming at Bob. Venom is successful a total of 3 times. Bob will roll his defense. Bob is successful 0 times, dazing him and losing the scroll token. And Venom will spend 1 and pick up the scroll token. Next up is going to be Wolverine. He is going to target Venom with the adamantium slash. He rolls a success and a critical. Venom will roll his defense. He is successful a total of 3 times. Wolverine scores a wild, making him successful 3 times as well. Venom will take no damage. Wolverine will use Pierce to change one of Venom's successes to a blank, allowing him to deal 1 damage to Venom. Successes, and then Wolverine will square up to attack again using adamantium slash against Venom. He is successful a total of 3 times. Venom will roll his defense. He's successful a total of 1 time, meaning he will take 2 damage for a total of 3 damage this turn. In response, Venom will activate so many snacks. He will use that to activate We Are Venom, attacking Wolverine for 7 physical. He's successful a total of 5 times. Wolverine will roll his defense. He is successful a total of 2 times, taking 3 damage while Venom heals 3 life. Wolverine will also gain 3 energy from this, and he will spend that 3 energy to use Berserker Barrage. Moving within 1 of Venom. He'll roll his 7 dice. He gets a total of 5 successes. Venom will then roll his 4 dice for his defense. He is successful a total of 1 time, meaning he will take 4 damage. That will be enough to stun him. We'll cause him to drop the scroll token. Unfortunately, Wolverine does not have the energy to pick it up currently. He will regain 2 hit points thanks to his healing factor. Next up will be Baron Zemo. His first activation will be to move. He will then collect the scroll agent for 1 power. Second activation, he will use Steel Rush against Deadpool. He is successful 3 times. Deadpool will roll his 3 defense. He is successful a total of 3 times, so no damage is dealt. As the second part of Steel Rush, Zemo will advance medium. Next up is going to be Venom using symbiote tendrils against Dr. Octopus. He will roll and he is successful a total of 1 time. Dr. Octopus will roll to defend and is successful a total of 2 times, blocking all the damage. Venom will use symbiote tendrils against Dr. Octopus again. He is successful a total of 2 times, Dr. Octopus will roll his defense. He is successful a total of 0 times and takes 2 damage. Be Dr. Octopus using arm lasers against Venom. He will be successful 4 times. Venom, accidentally rolling on his physical defense, will roll 3 successes. Dr. Octopus, having rolled a wild, will use the Pierce ability to turn one of his successes into a failure and deal Venom a total of 2 damage. Venom will then use so many snacks to allow him to attack. Using We Are Venom, he'll target Dr. Octopus. He is successful a total of 3 times. Dr. Octopus will roll his physical defense. He is successful a total of 4 times, so he takes no damage. Dr. Octopus will then strike out using the strike against Venom. Dr. Octopus rolls. He is successful 1 time with a wild, though because of flurry of arms, this counts as 2 successes. Venom is successful 1 time and will take 1 damage. With that, Doc's turn is done. Next up is going to be the Winter Soldier. He's going to use Assault Rifle targeting Sabretooth. He rolls. He is successful only twice. A total of 3 times. Sabretooth rolls his defense. Is successful a total of 2 times and takes 1 damage. Then Winter Soldier is going to aim at Sabretooth with Assault Rifle again. This time he is successful 4 times. Sabretooth is successful 0 times. So he is going to use Exceptional Healing to reduce the damage to 1. That completes Winter Soldier's turn. Next up will be Sabretooth. Unfortunately, there's nothing for him to do, so he will pass. His healing factor will activate and he will remove 1 damage. And Green Goblin will go. He will be using Pumpkin Bombs aimed at Venom. He will be using Energy type. He rolls and is successful 2 times. Venom rolls, is successful 2 times, and takes no damage. Then Green Goblin will do it again aiming with Pumpkin Bombs, again Energy, and Venom will roll to defend. He is successful twice and takes no damage. Next up, Deadpool will maneuver himself to exactly 1 away from the canister so he can still contest it, and will aim for Bang Bang, aiming at Baron Zemo. He will be successful 2 times. Baron Zemo is successful a total of 3 times after she beat a genius and takes no damage. At the beginning of round 3, we have the X-Force leading 5-4. Please remember that we did not give 2 points for the scroll token throughout this game, so it's going to be off by a little bit. At the moment, each of them would have scored 1 extra point because of the scroll token. This is where the board stands. Bob is going to start off. He's going to move to try to position himself so that he hurts his friends less using excessive violence. He is then going to use excessive violence against Baron Zemo. Bob rolls. He is successful a total of 4 times. That hurts. Baron Zemo will roll his defense of 3. Failing all 3, we're rolling 1 for Strategic Genius. Still a failure, taking 4 damage. Zemo is too far away for Counter-Strike. With excessive violence resolving, it deals 2 damage to all characters within 2 of Bob, so Wolverine and Venom will both take 2 damage. Bob will get thrown back 2 and become dazed. Next up, Baron Zemo will move, and then he will use his second activation to move again. Alright, next up is Wolverine. He is going to close the distance with Baron Zemo and then activate Berserker Barrage. Berserker Barrage puts him within 1 of Baron Zemo, and then he rolls. And he is successful a total of 4 times. Baron Zemo will then roll his defense. for 3. Then use Strategic Genius to reroll 1. He is successful 1 time and takes 3 damage. This dazes Baron Zemo, who drops the scroll token, and Wolverine immediately spends 1 power to pick the scroll token up. This completes his turn, and he heals 2. Next up is Venom. First thing he's going to do is move himself within range. Use Clyntar Rage to throw the terrain feature at Wolverine. Wolverine will roll. He is successful 2 times, so he will take 2 damage. Lost a little bit of footage here, but Venom did 4 damage to Wolverine, bringing his total damage up to 6. He used Symbiote Tendrils and was successful 4 times. Next up is Sabretooth, and he is going to stay where he is and pass. After that, we have Dr. Octopus. His first activation is going to be to move to get himself closer to the canister. Second activation will be to strike at Venom. He is successful 3 times. Venom will roll to defend. He is successful 0 times and takes 3 damage. Venom will respond with so many snacks, and we are Venom. Rolling his dice, he gets a total of 5 successes. Doc will roll his defense. Unfortunately, he is successful 0 times, meaning that Venom has done enough damage to daze him. Alright, next up will be Venom for the X-Force. His first activation is going to be to move. Next, Venom is going to aim Symbiote Tendrils at the Winter Soldier. He rolls and is successful a total of 2 times. Winter Soldier rolls his defense and is successful no times. He will take 2 damage. Next up, the Winter Soldier activates. He's going to use Red Fury, aiming at Venom. He rolls and is successful 4 times. The Winter Soldier, or the Venom, successful 0 times and takes 4 damage. He'll then be pushed back by the second part of Red Fury. And then the Winter Soldier will activate with his assault rifle, completing Red Fury. He is successful 1 time. Venom rolls his defense and is successful once and takes no damage. Winter Soldier is then going to activate Assault Rifle against Venom. He will roll his 4 attack. He is successful a total of 2 times. Venom will roll. He is successful a total of 3 times, taking no damage. Next up will be Deadpool. He'll be aiming at Venom using the Bang attack. He will roll and is successful 1 time. Venom will roll his defense and is successful 1 time. That's enough to prevent any damage from being done. Having failed that, Deadpool will fire Bang 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 again. This time he is successful twice. Venom is not successful at all and takes 2 damage. Activating next will be Green Goblin. He'll be aiming pumpkin bombs at Venom using the energy type to take advantage of Venom's reduced resistance and defense type. He is successful a total of 3 times. Venom rolls his 2 energy defense, is successful 1 time. That will cause him 2 more damage, enough to daze him. Having successfully dazed Venom, Green Goblin will pass the remainder of his turn. Alright, at the beginning of round 4, we have X-Force leading with 8 to the Spider-Foe's 5. The scroll token is currently in possession of Wolverine, and as mentioned earlier, we only gave out 1 point for the scroll token in this game. This is our board as it stands. Next up is Wolverine. Using Berserker Barrage, he will attack Baron Zemo. He will roll and he is successful 2 times. Baron Zemo will roll his defense with Strategic Genius in play. He is successful one time with Strategic Genius roll. He is still successful only one time. He will take 1 damage. He will be then thrown. He will hit the car and take 1 more damage for a total of 2. So I'm not sure exactly what happened here, but for some reason we seem to have given Baron Zemo 1 more damage. Baron Zemo will pay 2 for Counter-Strike. He is successful 0 times, doing no damage. Wolverine will activate again using Adamantium Slash. He is successful 2 times. Baron Zemo will roll to defend. Using Strategic Genius, he'll roll again. He is successful 1 time, taking an additional damage. He will then pay 2 to use Counter-Strike again. Zemo will try his Counter-Strike again. This time he is successful 1 time, which is enough damage to flip Wolverine and daze him. Next up, Baron Zemo will activate. He will use Steel Rush, targeting Bob. He'll also spend 1 power to take the scroll token. He is successful a total of 3 times. Bob rolls his defense and is successful 1 time, taking 2 damage. Deadpool will activate next, targeting Venom with the Bang attack. He rolls. He is successful twice with a wild and a hit. Venom is successful a total of once and takes 1 damage. Because it was a hit and a critical, it will activate Bang Bang, allowing Deadpool to fire again. With Bang Bang, it allows Deadpool to fire a 2nd time. This time, Deadpool is successful 2 times. Venom is successful 2 times and takes no damage. Will activate and fire Bang again. This time, Deadpool is successful 1 time. Venom is successful twice and will take no further damage. Next up is Venom. His first activation will be to move. His second activation will be We Are Venom. He succeeded 6 times. Deadpool will then roll his defense. He was successful a total of 2 times after his I Know Karate roll and will take 5 damage, enough to daze him. That completes Venom's turn. Next up is Bob. He's going to use his first activation to shake the bleed condition, his second activation to move. He is then going to use Hydra Tactics. Unfortunately, he misread Hydra Tactics and thought it moved the other character, not him. So he's going to move Deadpool forward 1. Next up is Doc Ock. He will target Venom using arm lasers. Next up is Doc Ock. He will target Venom with arm lasers. He is successful 4 times with 1 pierce and 1 scientific hubris going off. Venom is successful no times and will take 4 damage. Venom will react using so many snacks to give him a We Are Venom roll. He is successful a total of 2 times. Doc Ock will roll his defense. He is successful a total of 2 times, taking no damage. Then activate arm lasers, aiming at Venom again. He is successful a total of 3 times, including a pierce. Venom rolls his defense. He is successful 2 times. Thanks to the pierce, one of those successes is turned into a failure, and Venom will take 2 damage. This will be enough to kill Venom, removing him from the game. That completes Doc Octopus's turn. Sabretooth's up next, using Savage Predator against Dr. Octopus. He rolls a total of 4 successes. Dr. Octopus rolls for defense. Dr. Octopus rolls his defense and is successful twice, taking a total of 2 damage. Because there was a hit and a wild, Sabretooth activates the finisher part of Savage Predator and strikes again with a Claw Strike. Sabretooth rolls the Claw Strike, is successful one time. Dr. Octopus rolls to defend and is successful one time, taking no damage. Unfortunately, Sabretooth missed the reroll part of the finisher, but that is how it went. Sabretooth strikes with Claw Strike. He is successful one time. Dr. Octopus is successful 3 times, so no damage gets through. This completes Sabretooth's turn. Soldier then activates using Assault Rifle, targeting Sabretooth. He rolls. He is successful with 2 criticals, a total of 3 times. Sabretooth will roll his defense. He is successful 1 time, taking 2 damage. Winter Soldier will activate, targeting Sabretooth with Assault Rifle again. This time he is successful twice. Sabretooth is successful 1 time total, and will take 1 more damage. Next up, Green Goblin will close the gap and target Sabretooth. He's going to use Knight of the Goblin. The Goblin is successful a total of 6 times. Sabretooth will roll his defense. He is successful 0 times, taking 6 damage and becoming dazed. This completes the Goblin's turn. At the start of the 5th round, the Spider Foes have taken the lead with 9 points to the X-Force 8 points. Each team should have 2 points more than they do because they messed up how many points the token was worth, the scroll token. But so far, it hasn't made any difference. This is where our teams stand as we enter round 5. First up will be Wolverine. His first action will be Adamantium Slash against Baron Zemo. Wolverine is successful a total of 4 times. Baron Zemo will roll his 3 defense. For Strategic Genius, he will re-roll 1 for a total of 1, making him take 3 damage, enough to completely kill Zemo and take him out of the game. Next up, Wolverine will attack Venom with Adamantium Slash. With 3 wilds, he will activate both Pierce and Bleed. Venom will roll his defense. He rolls successfully 2 times. Changing one of his successes to a failure with the Pierce, he takes a total of 3 damage and contracts Bleed. Next up, Venom will interrupt with So Many Snacks to use We Are Venom. He will successfully roll 4 times. Wolverine will roll his 4 defense. He is successful a total of 3 times, taking 1 damage while Venom heals 1 damage. That will end Wolverine's. Wolverine will also heal 2 at the end of his turn. Next up is Venom. His first action will be to use We Are Venom against Deadpool. Venom rolls and is successful a total of 5 times. Deadpool will roll his 3 defense dice with his I Know Karate reroll. He is successful once and fails the reroll, taking a total of 4 damage. For Venom's next activation, he will use Symbiote Tendrils against Deadpool again. This time he is successful 4 times. Deadpool rolls with his I Know Karate reroll and is successful 1 time, taking a further 3 damage and killing him. Bob will activate. His first action will be to move. He'll pick up the token, and his second activation will be to move again. He should have moved short, but it's not going to change much towards the end. Next up, Dr. Octopus will activate. He'll start by targeting Sabretooth with arm lasers. He rolls and is successful 5 times. Sabretooth has a defense of 3 against energy. He rolls a total of 3 successes, taking 2 damage. Sabretooth is going to interrupt using Untamed Force to allow him to make a claw slash against Doc Ock. He rolls a total of 5 successes. Doc Ock will roll his defense. Dr. Octopus rolls his physical defense. He is successful only 1 time, taking 4 damage and KOing him, taking him out of the game. Next up, Sabretooth will activate. He'll be targeting Green Goblin with Savage Predator. After his first roll, he is successful 3 times. Yes, it's all 30. So the Goblin will roll his physical defense. He is also successful 3 times. No damage goes through. Sabretooth will then activate again, using Savage Predator again, trying to take the Goblin out. This time, unfortunately, he only rolls 1 damage, but the Goblin rolls no defenses and takes 1 damage. At the end of Sabretooth's activation, he will also Healing Factor to remove 1 damage. Next up, the Winter Soldier will activate using Assault Rifle. He will roll and be successful a total of 3 times. Sabretooth will roll to defend. He will also be successful a total of 3 times, taking no damage. Winter Soldier will try again, firing the Assault Rifle again. This time he is successful 2 times. Sabretooth will roll to defend, and this time Sabretooth is successful 2 times. No damage goes through, and that ends the Winter Soldier's turn. Next up, the Green Goblin will attack Sabretooth using Night of the Goblin. Green Goblin rolls and is successful a total of 6 times. Sabretooth will roll his defense to try to block some of that. He will be successful a total of 2 times, taking 4 damage. Also taking the Incinerate and the Poison condition. Next, Green Goblin will target Sabretooth with another round of Pumpkin Bombing. He'll be successful a total of 3 times, while Sabretooth will roll his reduced 2 defense. He is successful a total of 1 time and is killed. So as beginning of round 6 started, we agreed that there was no longer a chance for the X-Force to win. With Bob holding onto the scroll token, he could generate 2 points. Of course, we thought it was 1 at the time. But even under ideal circumstances, if Bob and Wolverine were somehow able to remove Venom, Wolverine cannot contest an objective, he cannot hold an objective, and if Wolverine were to die, the game would automatically be lost as Bob cannot be the sole survivor. The Goblin and the Winter Soldier are able to easily hold those 2 canisters for any of the remaining turns, and Venom is able to gain a point with the canister. With those points in mind, there is no way that the Spider Foes could have, or the X-Force could have caught up to the Spider Foes, and the Spider Foes are declared the winners. And with that comes a close of one of the most interesting and intense battles I've gotten a chance to film to date. I'm sure we got some rules wrong there that are making people crazy, and I'm sorry about that. We do the best we can, but we are only human. Thank you so much for dropping by, and please let us know the rules we got wrong, and we'll do our best not to get them wrong in the future. Thank you, like, subscribe, and have a fantastic day.